Naijha Wright-Brown, co-owner of the Land of Kush Vegan Soul Bistro in Baltimore and executive director of Black Veg Society. I am your host. Who wants to take a trip to Cabo Verde and eat some vegan cuisine? Here to indulge us is Tome and Valery of Cabo Vegan. Welcome, Tome and Valery. How are you this morning?
Hey, what's up, y'all? You see,
So
we're
talk
still
to us. What's going on? Where is Cabo Verde? Where is that?
Cabo Verde is 10 islands off the west coast of Africa, and it was colonized by the Portuguese. We got our independence in 1975. So we are Cape Verdean. It's a very small 10 islands, and so we're really folks know about us in the northeastern part of the country, but other than that, even as far out as New York, people say Cape what? Cabo what? So,
so then now I'm going to get you with what's Cabo Vegan? What is that?
So Cabo Vegan. Cabo in our language means place. The vegan place is pretty much what we've established. Here is the wife. Here she is in all her glory.
I see you have a young vegan there. Is that young vegan?
He want to stay still. Like
this is his introduction to the world. He hasn't made the introduction to Facebook or anything else yet.
Yeah, I know. I keep him private.
Debut. This is the big debut.
This is exclusive.
Awesome, I love it. So talk to me. Why the need for a vegan Cabo Verde cuisine? What's the story here?
So we both stopped working or lost our jobs in 2020 due to the pandemic. And
what were you doing before?
I wasn't a dental assistant. I was a dental technician in the dental office.
Shout out to the dentist. We need a yes.
I love it. I love teeth. But this has always been his dream. Like even when we met, he talked about opening up a restaurant. I was just like,
oh, you had that problem too? I had the same problem with my husband. Okay.
So she was a dental assistant. I worked at the hospital for years. That's kind of where I did some kind of like underground research. Just my job was to interview folks, the patients that were in the hospital, hospitalized overnight, and I would interview them to see whether or not they qualify for disability. So over time, I just picked up on their
information,
what their habits were in terms of what they were ordering for food, what they normally eat. That wasn't my job, but I went above and beyond.
Right.
And I was matching it up with their medical records, which was my job, to look through their medical records and whether or not they were disabled or not. So I saw a pattern in what folks were eating and what their disabilities were and what health conditions they had. So I guess that's kind of where it started. I did that for 7 years, and then I had some really powerful, transformational, life-changing conversation with a lot of patients, and that's kind of where where the journey started to fizzle for me.
So talk about the cuisine. Like what? So is it mostly plant-based? Because plant-based, definitely, if you're consuming a plant-based diet properly with the proper nutrients, it is a preventative for a lot of these chronic diseases. In my understanding, the top 8 are due to diet, right? Cardiovascular disease, cancers and certain things like that. So what does the cuisine entail? What is the Cabo vegan cuisine?
It's our traditional cooking. Cape Verdeans pretty much have I think a healthy lifestyle as far as food. Like we eat pretty healthy. And then as time went on, it was just like,
what do you eat in particular? The grains, vegetables. What is the cuisine?
For breakfast, it'd be like cachupa refogado was one of them. That's very healthy once you take out the meat because it has all the protein in there. It has a lot of beans, corn. They would do the eggs, the bacon, but you know they just thought like, hey, eggs and bacon is good for you. A lot of oatmeal. Cabo Verdeans ate a lot of oatmeal. Like I would have oatmeal. I'd have the eggs and the bacon. We put in, and then for dinner it was like rice and beans and chicken. Everything was rice and beans or couscous, things like that. And as time went on, I'm like, we shouldn't be eating this stuff. Like I slowly changed, and then you know, ignorant back then, I didn't know as much. I stopped eating meat. Like over 2 decades ago, I'm just like, I can't be eating this meat stuff. It's weird. It's like eating a piece of my thigh. It's like. It's like
because literally that's what you're eating when you're eating the chicken and you know the chicken thigh and stuff. You are eating it.
It was at a cookout when I decades ago at a cookout when you know they cook chicken on the grill and it wasn't cooked that well, so I went to go take a piece out of it and I bit into like a ligament and I just felt like it in my body like this is a ligament. I have this. This is disgusting. Like why am I eating this stuff?
So wow, sis, me and you were together, man. I remember eating some chicken that was still like bleeding in the leg, and that changed my. And this is before I even thought about going vegan. I said, I'm just getting rid of this
before
chicken.
I thought about going vegan. I didn't even know what vegan was. I didn't know if there was a word for it. I'm just like, I can't eat the meat anymore. And then again, still not knowing what the foods and how to get protein because everybody you need protein. I was like, well, maybe I'll eat the fish. You know, they're lighter. They're not as heavy as meat. They're in the ocean. You can even eat raw fish, but you couldn't eat raw chicken, like sushi and stuff. So I'm like, okay, we'll do the fish. Time went on, that didn't feel right either. And then the whole Fukushima and then like the oils, everything happened in the ocean. I'm like, something's not right. Like I shouldn't even be eating this stuff. And then it hit me like, these are animals. Like you're killing them to eat this for your purpose. Like we shouldn't be eating this stuff. Even my mom was like, you're crazy. Like you're gonna die. Like you need to eat meat. Your grandfather, everybody. I'm like, no, I think I'm just gonna stick to rice and beans until I can figure it out what it is I'm doing. But I just knew I didn't want to eat meat anymore. It just didn't feel now.
Right. Isn't it interesting? People say we're gonna die because we're not eating meat, but the people that are dying are the ones that are eating all the animal products. But we won't even, because I have a lot of guests on. Medical doctors that are vegan that kind of talk about this thing, but it's very interesting that the minute you stop eating meat, you're the weird one. But we know plant-based diet is the way to go because it can prevent these top killers. Top 10 killers. In the U.S. alone because of poor, sad diets.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the business because I could go on and on about diets. I've seen it all, and
To touch on the food, so we have a lot of traditional dishes. Cachupa, she mentioned, was one of them. Cachupa is the our national
signature,
like Cabo Verdean dish. Like it's it. But we also have a lot of other types of foods and desserts and.
Well, I have a picture here. I want to know what this is. This looks familiar to me, but I wanted you to tell me what is this.
That's my recipe.
That's so funny.
What is that?
So we had to have like New England favorites.
Okay, and what is this?
That is tuna.
Tuna.
Yeah. So
we
do have two of our signature dishes is my tuna recipe and also her lobster roll recipe.
Woo!
So, yeah.
We have that here in Baltimore. I've gone to a couple of spots that have this. It's the Maryland lobster roll. So it is one of my favorites. So what is the ingredient in there? Is it the artichoke? Is it
lobsterless rolls? The main ingredient is the heart.
That's true.
Heart of palm.
Is the heart of palm. It's
yes.
People's like, you can eat that stuff. It's like, yeah, it's here for us. And it's crazy because I didn't know about that either. We end up going to a party and we're like the only vegans and there was nothing to eat. And people's like, well, you can have salad. And we're like, well, we eat more than salad. I like salad. To tell you the truth, I don't care for salad. Like I love to eat food of substance. Like I love food. So they were like, we have salad. We were at the party like, so we're just not going to eat here. It's like, there's nothing for us. Even the rice, like I love, Cabo Verdeans love rice.
Yes.
They even had rice, and I asked them, I was like, so how do you make the rice? You know, they were like, yeah, we use chicken broth. I'm like, I can't have the rice either. They were like, yeah, but there's no meat in there. I'm like, but there's chicken broth in there. Like, I can't.
Right. Well, it's a cultural thing. You know, people who have been taught, you know, from generations, you know, it's this, you know, you have to make things with meat or whatever. But as we're evolving, our people, you know, you're talking about the Ital Rastafarians, you're talking about Seventh-day Adventists, like, you know, we know how to eat this way, so it's nothing new.
No.
So it's great that you're coming up with all of this. I'm looking at this. Is this a member of your family? That's so beautiful.
My 13-year-old. She helped us at the event we had last summer. No, yeah.
That's amazing. And then I see, is this what I think it is?
That's mac and cheese.
That's baked mac and cheese. Yes.
It looks amazing. It looks like, see, now you're making me hungry. Now you're going to have to tell me about the business. What is going on with the business? Because we're here for a reason. What's happening with Cabo Verde?
Yeah, it's crazy how creative you become once going vegan. It's like, there's so many things you can eat other than animals. It's so crazy.
Yes, people, educate yourself. We got way more options than you have when you think about vegetables, fruits, grains, nuts, seeds.
Yes.
We got more than you got with your couple of meat.
Light on us. We're going to shed through. We're going to put the light on us.
So how are things coming along with the Cabo vegan business? Let's talk about that.
So we are at a milestone, I guess. It's not working.
Look at the family. Love it. Lovely. Family and business, right? That's how it should be.
Cabo Vegan is currently raising funds to be able to open up our doors in downtown Brockton. And so we're currently running a crowdfunding investment campaign.
Okay. Yes.
And that's on mainvest.com.
I got it right here. I put it in the comments. Why Mainvest? I just supported another place out here in Baltimore that has used Mainvest. Why is Mainvest the platform that is coming up a lot? Why did you use Mainvest?
Well, we put in a lot of work, you know, blood, sweat, and tears. You name it, like into this business. We started off at pretty much just from our home, and eventually, eventually, you know, when folks are talking about investing, they automatically think like, you know, I'm going to own a part of your business. This with Mainvest, you don't have to sell your business per se.
Okay, we're losing you a little bit there.
Hello?
Yes. It's just a little drag. I mean, I have all the information you sent me, so if you cut out, I can kind of talk to the viewers about what's needed, but I want to hear from you.
Can you see us?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So Mainvest is pretty much an investment platform where we do quarterly, we report our revenue back to Mainvest, and they distribute a percentage of that back to our investors. So for I think the minimum is $100. So
$100. So someone can invest in your business right now for $100 through Mainvest.
Yes, they can, and we would greatly, we really appreciate it, because this would literally allow us to open up our doors, and we just need a few more. We sold our home and bought a building, a commercial building.
Woo! That's how you buy the bricks, baby. Buy the bricks.
We are all in.
It's not a like my friends asked me what Mainvest was. I was like, all I said to them was like, it's not a GoFundMe account. Like, you'll get that money back.
Right.
Like, you'll get it back and then some. It's not a GoFundMe account.
So you'll get about 1.5, which is 150% of whatever you put in. So if you put in, our biggest investor came in at $25,000.
Woo! I wish I could do that, y'all, but I'm running a restaurant myself. You'll see.
No, we get it. We open our doors, so we get it. Oh.
This is the second round of
I'm gonna invest something. It's not gonna be $25,000.
That was last year. Last year we were able to raise that much, and we poured all of that into the business, buying equipment, fixing up the place, getting it ready to the point where it is now. So, if we don't raise the full amount, the money goes back to the investors. So we weren't sure exactly how much we could raise. We wanted to say, hey, let's raise 400,000 and get everything up and running. But we are taking baby steps per se. And what we value most is the types of conversations we have with folks, and these life-changing conversations. So when you're moving with that purpose, money doesn't really mean much. We're not the type to ask for money, and this is a little bit different because it's an investment where folks are actually going to get their money back. So that's kind of where we're at with everything, in terms of with Mainvest and trying to raise funds. We have until April 1st. $100 is the minimum. April 1st is our deadline. We are about halfway through. I've seen some amazing things happen in a few days. So we're still somewhat hopeful, that we're going to reach our goal. I think last I checked, we were at 13,600 and to hit 30K so that we can reach our goal.
Awesome. Well, let's sum it up. So Cabo Vegan is seeking investment to purchase equipment and furniture and finish the build out of their location in downtown Brockton, Massachusetts. See, you didn't say the location. Brockton, Massachusetts. I got some friends over in North Egremont, which is a little west of y'all. I used to spend summers out in North Egremont, Massachusetts. Shout out to Howard Chazar, rest in peace, Funkus Chazar and the family. So this may give me a reason to come up there and come visit y'all once y'all open. So for as little as $100, the investment is going to return 1.5 or 150% of the money that you invest. So I just put the information in the comments, the mainvest.com. If you want to support for as little as $100, I got to look at my pennies and see what I could do, but I'm going to do something. So definitely I'm in there because this is what this is about. Black Vest Society, is meeting people where they are, businesses, individuals. And, I think we need to support this initiative and then come out there and get some of that Cabo vegan cuisine. So much success to you. And please support, share, everyone. We want to support our Black vegan businesses 100%. So this is why we're here to talk about all of this with Tome and Valery. What are some other challenges and that you're facing with the business right now? We know money is always a challenge. It took us a lot to open Atlantic Kush. We've been open 11 years. That is a blessing. And it wasn't always easy. So what are the challenges that you're facing right now besides the raising of money? Are you doing any pop-ups? Are you doing anything with the business right now?
So not having a kitchen, we have garnered a lot of support and love from the community, especially the vegan community, but folks that just try our food and love it. So the biggest challenges is, believe it or not, keeping up with the orders.
You got that problem too? I'm not keeping up, getting the orders right. Yeah, I can tell you stories. We're going to talk after this.
So I'm going to keep it real. I'm not big on taking big risks. So I did mention that we sold our commercial. We had an investment property that I lived in before I met my wife 6 years ago. I took it and sold it so we could buy a commercial building. So we have the commercial building, but it's not a kitchen yet. So the local Board of Health and just about everywhere, because we do a lot of pop-ups, they vary from town to town. You need a commercial kitchen to cook. You can't cook out of your home. It's illegal. Right. We learned that very early in the game. Not because we got in trouble, but we looked into it and we said we got to do this the right way because there's way too many people calling us. There's way too many. We don't want to end up on Netflix. But
right. Part 2. Okay.
So that's for a whole different day. But so we the biggest issue we're having is from when we get big. We took down the takeout order because it's just too much for us, and we're just doing catering, but finding a place. So that's the big push for us to try to raise funds. The big push for us to try to get open immediately is so that we can capitalize on all the interest, all the the high demand for our food, and to try to find a place where we can cook out of. So we use some churches that are there's a Hindu church that is in line with us and will support us with anything we do. There's also a Cape Verdean restaurant in Boston that will also, they've taken the shirts off their back to help us out. They're not vegan, but they offer us their kitchen all the time, which is a little bit. It's weird for Valery because it's
shout
weird
out
for me
to
too
them.
because
Shout out to them. You'd be
yeah,
surprised. A lot of the allies may not be vegan. I've
right,
learned
right.
a lot, in this game. So shout out to them.
Yes, but she's mainly concerned with the cross contamination.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a concern for a lot of vegans.
Yeah.
Everyone has different views about it. So absolutely, you need to be concerned.
So having our own place that we can cook out of would take us to the levels I think that we don't know about, in terms of like where we can be, because we essentially, I don't think we've ever reached our ceiling in terms of just leaving the site open and just letting folks order.
You're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna do
Yeah.
fine. I know your cuisine looks great. I can't wait to try it. I'm telling you, once you're open, we're gonna ride up there and we're gonna support you. So I can't wait until you officially open. And you are going to, because I feel your spirits right through this live broadcast. And you remind me of myself and my husband when we first started 11 years ago, and now we're buying a second location, and it is commercial property, and we're looking forward to that venture, to have our own. So it's going to happen. What is your ask from the viewers or any potential supporters, sponsors that may be listening right now or watching the replay? And please, folks, please share this. We have a business, Black business, vegan business needing your support. We need to be sharing this all around our Black social networks.
Yes.
So what is your ask?
So, my ask is that so Cape Verde, Cabo Vegan cuisine, Cape Verdean cuisine, is something special within itself. In terms of there doesn't nowhere on planet Earth exists Cape Verdean vegan cuisine, from what I've checked into. So I think we get a lot of support that way. So long story short, so what I'm asking is that we really get behind us, because what we value is not money. We need money so that we can get this show on the road. But what we value the most is to have conversation with folks, to change people's as a vegan, I'm sure you've heard, I've never looked at it that way.
Right.
Quote.
Several times. Mm-hmm.
When I hear that, to me, that's music to my ears. Well, wow, I never looked at it that way. Because that to me tells me that I've planted a seed in somebody's brain that over time has sprouted. I've seen it. I've watched it. We've had these conversations all the time. Folks, unlike before when we first became vegans, they made fun of it. Now, I'm telling you, the same people will call us and ask us questions with their eyes wide open and wanting answers to what exactly we should, well, how do I substitute this? And how do I, so we value these.
That's a blessing.
So what I'm asking is that folks get behind us and invest in us. And there is, like I said, I'm not a big risk taker, but when you have such a high demand, there's really no risk that take it. We've heard the whole restaurants will fail the first year, and blah, blah, blah. We're not.
We heard it too. We heard it too.
And people told me that, like, in Brockton, especially in Brockton, you don't want to bring a restaurant to Brockton. You should go like other cities. And I'm just like, no. One, we have a big Cabo Verdean community in Brockton. And there's nothing here on the South Shore. As far as like, you know, Boston's the closest. Like we travel to go eat. Like I said, when I heard you guys had the best crab cakes, I'm like, we're going to Baltimore. Like we need to plan that. To Baltimore. Like we have to go there.
Oh yeah, please. You got a connection now. Please come on. You got my number and everything. Let me know when you're coming.
Like I used to, because he works for an airline, when we book our trips, we have to book it around restaurants. Like we have to, we can't stay like in a all inclusive because we'll be like, so do you guys offer vegan? No.
Right.
So the book our
exactly
trip where they have vegan restaurants. Like we can't go there.
We literally
all inclusive needs to step up the inclusive. I tell you that one. I don't do
they do
either. Yeah, but that's a whole another store. That's another show for another day. So folks, it's in the comments. Please support Cabo Vegan. They need your support. If you weren't doing this Cabo Vegan venture and this pandemic didn't happen and you were still doing your regular work, would that be this thing you were doing, or would you be doing something else? What would you be doing if this wasn't happening?
I would probably still be at work because I love what I do. Like I miss my patients. Like I love talking to people. Like I miss that. But at some point, I think we would have opened up a restaurant because we already had the name before we even thought about a restaurant. When I met him, that was his thing. And I was like, really? You want to open up a restaurant? Like you want to do that? And he was like, yeah.
I gotta meet you, Sid. You sound just like me back then.
And he loves food. Like he's into sandwiches and things like that. I love food too.
Oh my God.
I love food. I love home cooked meals. I love, like some people are into whatever their hobby is. I love food. Like I have a taste for it. Like I have a nose for it. Like I just love food.
Right. Got it.
Tell me that too. What do you eat? I eat a lot, but I think a very fast metabolism. We were talking about this the other day. Like I made vegan cookies. Obviously they're vegan. I had like 6. He had 2 and he was like, I can feel it. I can feel it.
So man, what would you be doing?
Like I can't feel that. Like I can still eat more.
So she was a dental assistant. I was working at the hospital. Literally everything I've done in my life seems to have been built up. It's like watching a movie come to the climax.
Yes.
Like everything has pushed us into this purposeful like business that we're doing. I did videography and photography also on the side for about 20 years.
Nice.
So animation, editing, you name it. So I'm pouring all of that stuff, into the business, with our marketing and everything else. And I'm also, the work I did at the hospital literally pushed me into this understanding that I have about it's like I wasn't guessing when I was talking to people about their health and everything else, because I can literally I can have studies that I did unofficial that I wasn't supposed to be doing, but I did it because I'm here on earth and this is it. Like you have one life to live, and whether you're supposed to or you're not supposed to, you got to go with your gut.
And that's all you needed to make this happen. And what are some words of wisdom to share for new people going vegan and then aspiring small business owners? What would you say that if it was the one thing you needed to say for anyone going vegan or any business that was getting ready to open a vegan business?
To go vegan, I tell them like it's easy. Like you can really do it. Once you take that thought of your mind, like you shouldn't be eating an animal or I ask my friends, like, if you had to kill it yourself, they're like, no, you need that flavor. So you're not eating the chicken. You're enjoying that flavor that's in the chicken. So it's like, and I have friends call me like, well, how do you season your vegetables? Whatever you would put in your chicken, put in your vegetables. Like, it's really not that hard. Take all the vegetables out and season it like you would season your chicken. But you wouldn't eat your chicken if you didn't put any flavor in it. Like you just wouldn't do that.
Right. You wouldn't eat it raw and plain like that. No.
I would tell the businesses that within information is everything. Within 3 years, 2014 to 2017.
Oh yeah.
There was an increase in 600% in veganism all across this country. That means that vegans were multiplied by 6 in a matter of 3 years. That came, I believe, heavily. What had the biggest influence in that is Netflix. What the hell? And all the other shows, and that we always get asked if we've watched. Like, if you watched that?
No, it's crazy.
Ironically, we haven't watched it. We know all about it because folks talk about it all the time. We read a lot of. I read a lot of books, the China study, and a bunch of other things that brought me to this path. But so a 600% increase in veganism. That was in 2017, at the end of 2017. So. I'm curious to see where it is now, but either way, the demand for vegan food makes the risk. It pulls the risk out of, unless you have really bad food. But I really encourage you, if you know that your food tastes good and you're out there, like to push we're at an advantage to have vegan food, because
now is the time.
Now is the time, and people travel. People will go out of their way to get to you. So that's you have something that's unique already, that is very much. It's not like a regular restaurant where you're at competition with everyone at every corner. This is you open up a vegan restaurant, you're pretty much.
You're gonna go where the food tastes good.
Yeah. You're gonna
exactly. No. I can definitely tell you, because we opened up. There was one. The Yaba Pot was here for 5 years before we opened up, and that was one of the only Black-owned vegan establishments in Baltimore. And then we opened up, and the Yaba Pot, went their way and closed down. And then we were, in our space for a while, and then more Black vegan businesses started popping up. So. Yeah, this is the time to do it. The demand is definitely there. So that's the message to all you aspiring businesses. Just do it, to take the leap of faith and do it. Definitely support Cabo Vegan. I have a lot of comments coming in. Shout out to Unchained TV for allowing me to contribute to their platform as well. Thanks for tuning in, Maria. She's saying, thank you, Cabo Vegan. You are saving lives. They sure are. Tom, we appreciate you always tuning in. People don't realize that thing on the grill is a dead animal, right? It is dead. Its best combination is mashed potatoes with carrots and a beet salad. Okay.
Like carcass, like it's dead, like it's already dead.
Vegan is the future. Yes, plant-based is the future. Yes, Tom. Go to Land of Kush. The baby could play with Greg in the kitchen. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds kind of risky. But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, this is in the comments. You want to go to mainvest.com/B/Cabo-Vegan-Brockton. But you can go to mainvest.com and search for Cabo Vegan and find their investment. They have until you said April 1st is the deadline. So let's $100. Show your support. It's not that much. We need more vegan restaurants. Oh, there goes Paige. Thanks for Paige connected us. Paige is from Unchained TV, the news.
We love Paige, by the way.
Be a part of history. Donate to make this happen. Be a part. I'm in. I'm pledging my support. Okay. So I got you.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So again, thank you, everyone. Whatever you do, please share this out. And yes, Paige says watch Seaspiracy on Netflix now. I got to put that on my to-do list. Also, I haven't seen it yet.
I just saw Seaspiracy. Oh, it's crazy.
I got to put it on mine too. So the time is now. Please, please, please. Now we answer that question. What is Cabo Vegan? What are you going to do about it now that you know? So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate your support. Shout out to all my sponsors. They know who they are, but I'll list them. Your Veg Fund and Welfare World,
nice.
Impact, Mercy for Animals, collectively, Default Veg, Women Funders, Animal Rights, and nutritionfacts.org. We appreciate your support. Without you, I would be struggling to do this work right here. But please support the Black Bed Society at blackbedsociety.org. You know, your contributions definitely make this possible for me to promote wonderful people like what Cabo Vegan is doing, inspiring vegans, activists, advocates, businesses. So please, if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Support us at blackbedsociety.org. Thank you. I'm looking forward to connecting with you two in person. Please keep me posted, especially when you're having the opening, so we can get you on there. And I definitely want to come up there and do a live. So just keep me posted. All right. You have a friend in Baltimore. Again, everyone, thank you. Please be well and please
thank
be
you, Naijha.
safe. Have a good one.
Paige, thank you everyone for tuning in today. We love you guys. Everything we do is based on love.
Yeah,
love for
love
animals,
the planet, love the animals,
environment,
love our people,
our culture, our food. We love you guys. Thank you so much.